Hello, welcome to Pro Mixing and Mastering. Today I have another tutorial video for you on how to spread your sound, create more space, and just widen your sounds. Here we go. The first thing that I'm gonna do and what you have to do is to make your vocals have more space, your instruments have more space, is first to EQ. Make sure you load up an EQ, EQ your vocal like this. I'm gonna set it 30. Make sure you take out some of that low end which is unnecessary, so you give your vocals a low cut, you give your instruments a low cut. All those instruments which are taking too much space, you give them a low cut. I did a video on how to EQ and how much you can create space for the instruments. You can check it out. So you create more space. Let's say the bass guitar works in this area, so create this space by rolling off some of that low end and just cut it out a little bit so that the bass can come and sit well here. Then also you make sure that the area this area around 100 to 200, this area, let me just play it for you. You make sure that this area is cut a little bit to create more space for the other instruments which work in this area. And if the vocal is too high, too harsh, it's really gonna fight with the hi-hat and also the crash. So you just make sure you drop it down just a little bit to create more space for the tss. And also if to create also more space for the other instruments which are a little bit sharper, so they don't fight with the vocal. Remember, they are a family. I call them a family, and they have to live together in unity, so that you just have to create that space for them, so each and every one of them can find somewhere to sit. Then also you make sure that you cut this area. This area 3 to 5 is a little bit harsh, so you make sure that you cut it, you give it maybe a negative 2 dB somewhere there, just to remove that harshness, so that whenever you are dealing with harsh instruments like trumpets and brass, they can sit well in that. Presence to be so strong over me. So once you're done with EQing and creating more space, the second thing that you load up for, if you want to have that wider sound, load up a reverb. Put in a reverb. Let me just turn my reverb off and see how dry the vocal sounds. I'm asking for your presence to be so strong over me. My life, I'm asking for your presence to be so strong. The vocal is not wide, there is no space. So how do you create space? The first thing, EQ, remove unwanted frequencies. Then secondly, to spread out the sound. If you want to spread out the vocal, just the vocal to have that wider sound, and your instruments as well to have a wider sound, add a little bit of reverb to your instruments. You can add reverb to your kick if you want to have your kick to, if you want your kick to have more space, you can add a reverb. Snares, make sure you add a reverb to your snare, and watch what is gonna, listen to how it sounds now that I'm gonna switch on the reverb. I'm asking for your presence to be so strong over me in my life. Right there, I've created a lot of space, and other instruments can sit just by adding a reverb. Then the last thing that you need to add is during mastering, when you have done your mixing, everything, you have controlled everything. The final thing that you need to add is during your mastering, never you forget to add a spreader or an a stereo expander, so that your vocals can sound wider, the entire mix can sound wider by just simply using a stereo expander. I'm gonna demonstrate it from this side, though you have to use it during mix your mastering and your mix down. Here we go. So whenever you add this plugin right there during your mastering, it just expands and makes your sound wide. So that is gonna help your track to stand out, your mix to stand out, and just to sound good and fuller in speakers. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you have liked the video, give me a like and don't forget to subscribe.